Well, we're putting you in. Why not? You've got all the power.
Yeah, I'm in Broyles' seat. I feel very official.
Yeah, I mean, not often you get to sit there.
Not ever. I don't think I've ever been in this chair. It's quite comfy.
You're like...
I don't know why he doesn't sit more in these scenes with this chair.
He has to be authoritative.
Yeah, I would never get out of this chair if I had this.
I don't blame you. These are quite comfortable.
Yeah.
He's got a very nice office. It's clean.
Spartan.
It's just very... It feels
Official.
very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't strike me as a cigar smoker. How about you?
Not so much.
I'm thinking no.
He just likes the pretty decor. But it's been an interesting, obviously an interesting journey for Peter, but an interesting, especially couple of weeks. I'm breaking the desk.
No, I am not.
You're like, no, camera, I'm not breaking the desk. Obviously, now that Peter has Olivia back, is his next mission in his mind to try to get Walter's memories back? Or is that not really crossing his mind at this point?
Well, the story never really... John and I tried to put a moment into last week's episode where, while Walter is unpacking this box of birthday presents that he had bought for Peter, that we built in a really distinct moment where you see that Peter is accepting this man as his Walter. It doesn't really get touched on again. That's not the direction that the story heads in. But I guess my assumption in playing Peter is that now everybody is who he remembers them being. That he is ultimately home. That there's not really... It just doesn't become part of the story. We never deal with everybody else outside of Olivia, or really the repercussions of overwriting her memories. I think we tried to keep it on the light side rather than dealing with the sort of uncomfortable implications of what that would mean.
Right. You could go down a dark thing, but...
Well, yeah, it's kind of an awful thing to do to somebody.
Yeah.
You're denying their selfhood and identity, particularly to a woman whose character has all been built around self-sufficiency and her iron will. For her to just allow her literal self to be overwritten for a man is a tough sell, I think, so we don't really go after that too much.
You just go more towards it's all about love thing, and
exactly.
Just go to the glowy,
right.
lovely aspects.
And therefore, we sort of use the same idea, or at least in my head, I think we use the same idea to gloss over why the effect doesn't ripple out, because the connection between Walter and Peter would be just as strong, I think, between Peter and Olivia. So we just sort of gloss over those things with the assumption that now that it's laid to rest, it just becomes part of the terra firma of the show.
Yeah, because obviously Peter was haunting Walter in the beginning of the season
exactly.
as well, too.
And then, and then it goes back to all those other... There's just such a cascading chain of questions that come out of any decision that happens on Fringe. So I think we've kind of glossed past that because that's not what the story ultimately was about this year.
Right.
So in getting towards our endgame episodes, I guess we could have, in a different version of the show, you would have told what the repercussions of that was, but instead that was a step along the way to getting Olivia to the place that she needed to be for the end of the season.